Almost there, though.
I'm just saying we were barely starting college back then.
Yeah, okay, then. You might have been, like, around 1920, then. I didn't think we would be full-on adults, because Fire and Life Green is not that long ago, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, that would put us around late high school, early college, wouldn't it? Because Heart Gold, Soul Silver was popular when me and Shauna were dating, which was also college, later college years, so that would make sense.
Yeah, because that was still when Rossi went down her copy of
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
also I remember your mom helping me get Rosie the Luigi 3DS for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Because I gave your mom the money and showed it for me online.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, because Diamond and Pearl was college. God, the bulk of Pokemon was for us is when we were adults.
Yeah.
Even though we grew up with it, because we were already 9, 10, 11 years old already. Like I was younger than Ash, so you guys would have been a little younger than that. We were about like 8 or 9 years old when everything was starting to come out and was releasing. I was close to 10, but not quite. I just remember that I was younger than Ash, and Ash is 10 years old.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Which would make sense, because the show came out in 99? 98? Right? Something like that?
Around there.
Because 99 would put me at 10. So if it was any time before that, which should be accurate. Because I remember watching my brother play the game first, and then I got it. He had blue, his friend had blue, I got red. That's why I'm playing red. Red was the very first version I had. And then my starter was Squirtle, because I found him the most adorable, and I don't know if it's because I have a turtle, or had a turtle as a pet. I don't know if that's the case, but Squirtle was just more adorable to me. And then I've always liked blue, also. I think that might be why. Oh my god, I got it! Finally! Long considered a mythical Pokemon when the small colony was found living underwater. Okay, enough of the terms. That's why I don't call Mew and them mythicals. I call them event legendaries. Because there's Mirage Pokemon, or Pokemon that are rare. Mew is a Mirage Pokemon, hence the name, and hence why he's so legendary. And then there's Pokemon like Dratini, who are rarely seen to the point where they're mythical in that sense. Yes, that makes sense, hence the only dragons in the damn game also.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dratini's the only dragon type.
But to me, it's kind of dumb. I get it. He's rare in the sense that he's barely seen. But, yeah. But yeah, I think that's changed, though. I think he's no longer the same as rare as he once was. I don't know if he's held as high regard as he's, as a rare Pokemon, meaning not seen as much. I don't know if he's...
Still, I know Dragonite is still considered, what is it, pseudo legendary?
Yeah, is he still got that pseudo strength? Good. Better not lose that. Same with Tyranitar.
Because I know, like, for good example, with Pokemon Go, before I got my army of Garchomps, Dragonite was my go-to.
Oh, yeah. Dragonite is what soloed all of BDSP for me. Like, once I got him, and with Outrage and Dragon Dance, dude, that Elite Four got swept. Bad. Yeah, Dragonite is fucking good. I fucking... If I set up right, Dragonite would not get touched. It was great. Just wiping out an entire fucking chain of elite members in one go, each Pokemon. It was so fucking glorious. And then I would heal his confusion. Heal his PP. Giggity. They really need to stop naming shit PP in games. Dead Rising, Pokemon, anything else that comes to mind, I don't know. Seriously, just stop it. Every time I say I need to use an elixir to cure my PP, just sounds weird.
my pee-pee slow.
Yeah, hold on. I'm running low on PP real quick. Let me heal it real quick. My Onyx used Harden. There, PP healed. Yeah, I think I just find that funny. Like, they need to stop that. I don't know if they're doing it intentionally. Hello, Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan! Oh, that's another thing that probably would not fly. The Kangaskhan episode. Where the guy just drops his child out the freaking plane window.
That was funny.
Oh, that was a weird... That's... I was like... you deserve to be smacked! First off, that guy should have been smacked and divorced. The moment he put his kid out the window. Much less dropped it. Don't know how the thing survived. He's lucky he's lucky his child survived the fall. I'm thinking too much into Pokemon again. You know, I kind of wish the games kind of added a bit more from the show, though, like that in Yellow specifically. Some of those nods would have been nice, too. They have some, but I would have liked a bit more. I'm glad, though, that they don't just straight up put the anime in the games, though. But it would have been nice to see some more nods to it.
Yeah.
Like, I know AJ apparently is in Yellow. He battled a guy with a Sandshrew, and he actually mentions that he has to redo his 100 win streak. You got Jesse James, of course. And then Butch and Cassidy, I don't even think is a reference really to the anime as much as Jesse James were, because they're in the normal. They're in Gold and Silver, like, as is. I don't know if that was meant... I don't know if they based that off that show after Jesse and James became a thing in Yellow, but that's why I feel like Butch Cassidy's character... Because they're also not named, that I can recall, unlike Jesse James.
It's like Rockeliers.
Yeah. They're definitely higher up, unlike Jesse James.
They were just grunts.
Yup. Grunts that are named after an actual person. Same with Butch Cassidy. And it's kind of ironic that they're all pathetic. While I think the real life version were actually... I don't know anything about these characters. The people they're based on. I know Jesse James. I don't know about Butch Cassidy. I think Jesse James was like a robber or something.
A what?
A robber. I think he was like a robber back when he was alive. The person Jesse James, who's Jesse and James are named after.
I think Butch Cassidy might have been a couple that were bank robbers from back in the day.
Yeah, see, I knew that both of them had they were criminals. Jesse James was a criminal and Butch Cassidy were criminals. I know that. I just don't remember kind of. I think they were robbers. But yes. Makes sense why they're named after them. Even though Jesse and James are garbage. To be honest, it beats a lot of the crap from the later games. I don't like a lot of the henchmen in the later games, though. Some of them are a little much.
Yeah.
Like, Team Flare was probably my least favorite. Besides Skull. The ones that dance, try to rap at your face. I hate them. Ugh.
The ones I wasn't really a big fan of were the ones from, what was it, is it Sword and Shield? The ones that are like oversized fans. I built that one
Yes.
rocker chick.
Yeah. Fucking the young girl with the black hair. Her brother. Kangaskhan! Yes!
You got it?
Yes, I got a Kangaskhan! Woohoo! Dude, I have one ball left. But I didn't beat the game, but I watched someone play it. Her brother or something is like one of the guys that you fight, and apparently she's like so overhyped that she has like a following, even though she's like underage, and it's creepy as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like them either. from what I've seen of them. Yeah, but Team Skull, I don't like the fake ghetto way they hate that shit. The ghetto shit. No. Like, I don't know what they were going for with that. I don't know what area I'm exactly in right now. Probably the same one as before, which would put me at area 1. Center area 1. Let's see. So we got Kangaskhan, which is a 4%. I need 1 Scyther and I need Pinsir. Alright. Scyther's got a 4% there. Area 3, we have a 4% there. 4%, 1%. Okay, you're 4% in the beginning, 1% where I'm at, and 1% or 4% in area 2. So Chansey has any better encounter?
Yeah, Brett, I just got a shiny. Go.
Nice. All right, so
I got a shiny Timber.
Ah, nice. I don't know if he's a good shiny or not, but awesome.
You know, its wall form is kind of creepy looking with the veins.
Ugh. The veins are weird as is. Okay, area 2. Scyther and Chansey both have a 4% here. Okay, that's as high as that they reach in one spot, so. Chansey is skippable, as long as she appears they. Chansey's more of a female, but doesn't have a gender in this. Unlike some Pokemon like Nidorans. But either way, I don't know if it's a yellow exclusive to Cerulean Cave, or if it just has a higher chance. I know yellow gives Chansey a higher chance in general. But if he appears in Cerulean Cave, I could just bypass him. Here, worst case scenario. I try not to, though. Focus less Pokemon to capture in the damn Mewtwo's dungeon as is, and Chansey's rare as fuck. And I always feel good about capturing everything here. Despite it taking forever with Dratini and Kangaskhan nowhere near as long as Dratini, I'm actually clearing this out at a pretty decent rate. Not as bad as me having to go through all the crap that I did, and then I ended up having to redo Celadon Game Corner bit because I accidentally ran into the gambler that initiates the Mew glitch, and I didn't save, so I had to redo that. And yes, I would not have been able to get Mew, because there's 2 ways that you can get Mew, and the other... Hey, Chansey. And the other way... So technically you can get 2 Mews. Probably more, but there's 2 specific known ones, and I've already beat the other trainers for the second one, so I can't do that one anymore. I think. I would have to look. But yeah. Alright. Bait. Bait. Rock. Rock. God damn it. Chansey's literally the one you have to do that on. It sucks. I love you too, game. I mean, I can prove it right here and now. Pop! Goes my last ball. Whatever. Better, more balls the better anyway. But yeah, Chansey is literally...
You just imagine, you know, if you were able to actually catch it with that one ball.
Oh, that would have been great. Because that would have been the first time I've ever had a Chansey capture like that. I've always had to fucking work my ass off for him. And I'm not even sure if Chansey's is the hardest I've ever had with any of these Pokemon, but oops, Chansey's always the hardest one to capture because of that, but I don't know if he's given me the most trouble. So far, Dratini is literally the one that gave me the most trouble to capture at this point. Odd. Because I haven't even run into any of the others enough. Good morning, Chocolate Chip. Bless you.
Ah, thank you.
And you are sneezy. I'm gonna call you Sneasel. I do love that thing. It's awesome. Ooh, Jesus, man, you have some really good sneezes there. That's the kind of sneezes that'll fling snot right out of my nose. Like, a lot. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Don't you? When you just sneeze and all this shit comes out? Yeah, I hate that. A lot of the time... Jesus. Oh, I miss riding the bike around towns. Yeah, I do. I love the bike. The bikes are so good. I miss a lot of that. I know in the later games they make it so you have Pokemon you can ride, and that I like a lot. But I do miss the bike.
Now, the people in the game shouldn't be able to hear me, but you should be able
But
to.
in Scarlet and Violet, I do like your HM Slave as your vehicle. And I call them the HM Slave because the HMs are no longer really a necessity anymore. They become a thing that becomes part of your ride. Because they made it so you don't have to teach them anymore. Because so many people hate HMs. Because most of them are bad. Flash, Cut, and the like. The only good ones are Surf and Fly, really.
How about
And even...
Waterfall?
I don't like using Waterfall in battle.
I know where I felt kind of stupid was the Dive and Whirlpool.
Oh, yeah, Dive and Whirlpool are useless. Well, okay, yeah, I forgot all about Dive and Whirlpool. Yeah, Dive, Whirlpool, Cut, Flash are the absolute worst. Surf is decent. Rock Climb?
Brett.
Hmm?
I was going through Facebook and somebody loaded top 10 like things you gotta or how to watch an anime. Some of these I don't recognize. Like there's one called Worm Ray from an anime called Nataru,
Yeah.
and then one called Chelsea Staff from Ugami Got Killed, and Nail ripping scene from Hokarashi When They Cry, and number 7, Edward Fullmetal Alchemist.
Oh no. Ed.
And then like number 6, Bunny Elder's Rampage Blood Sea. The Eclipse from Berserker came in 5. And there's one called Professor Suicide from an anime called Another. It was number 4. Number 3, Kaniti's Torture Tokyo Ghoul. And number 2, The Puppy Staff from Ifenblade. And number 1 was Elden, Aaron's Mother Death from Attack of Titan. But the one that made me laugh all the way in the bottom, the one with the most likes of all of them. Honorable mentions, Ice Cream Scene, Puku no Piku.
Wow.
I don't remember that anime.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, HM is Hidden Machine and TM is Technical Machine. I don't know why they call them machines when they're literal discs. But you literally feed your Pokemon a disc and it learns the move that's on it. That's what HMs and TMs are.
Oh, is Chocolate Chip on?
Yeah, Chocolate Chip was asking me what HM means. Hidden.
Good morning, Chocolate Chip.
Yeah. But HMs in this games are basically mandatory moves that you need to progress the game. It's also a perma move that can only be removed by a move deleter. There's a specific NPC that can erase them off of you. But the HMs never go away. The TMs, once you use it, it's gone. Which was changed later on. For a much better benefit, to be fair. I love that the TMs became permanent later. But HMs were cancelled out and later turned into vehicles. Like my Sword and Shield's or Scarlet and Violet's legendaries or game legendaries are your vehicle in the game, but they also can learn various abilities such as Surf, Fly, Rock Climb, and such. They also can fly, like, they can glide faster. They learn different abilities as you progress the game. It's really cool. All from eating a sandwich. A sandwich with a weird piece of grass in it. Just gonna call it weed, because it's literally called the herb. It's literally called herb. Or herba mystica is what it's called, but I just call it herb for obvious reasons. It's a sandwich the guy makes to fix his dog's issues, and then your pet eats it and he transforms slowly. It's weird. It's really weird. Let's Go also did ride Pokemon where you can like fly on Charizard, ride on Arcanine. I loved that. That's really cool. But Pikachu or Eevee, depending on which version you have, did your HM moves. So Flying Pikachu makes a return. Surfing Pikachu made a return. By that, for anyone who's played Snap would know. Flying Pikachu, Surfing Pikachu were in that. Hence also in Yellow. I never actually did that. Never managed to get Surfing Pikachu minigame. That requires Stadium, and I've never fully beaten Stadium to unlock that minigame. But yes, there's a Surfing Pikachu minigame in Yellow. Fucking weird. I totally forgot about HMs. But yeah, I think we all have, to be honest. I almost forgot how much mandatory they are because of how used to
Holy
they
shit,
are.
bro. It looks like they're closing the Xbox 360 store.
Damn, about time. I know the PS is the PS3's gone at this point.
I think it's still ongoing for the moment.
Good. Well, good. That's good. For anyone who wants to buy PlayStation 1 games.
The only thing I know is that I think with the Sony one is that on the PlayStation you can no longer like add funds like a game with a gift card. It's only thrown through your credit card, or if no, I think only you can add funds to it through your like PS4 account, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. I am looking for a Scyther and a Chansey. That is it. Oh, and Tauros. Who I've yet to see. Because of his goddamn 1% encounter.
Yeah, because on July 29, 2024, Microsoft will turn on the ability to purchase games from Xbox 360 Marketplace.
How is that console still even alive? My Xbox 360 works, but fucking luckily. But I have an Xbox One. And even that is garbage in my opinion. Like, I do like my Xbox, but it's not a great backwards compatible console.
Yeah.
So it's not a great 360 replacement at all. And that's what my intent was to buy it for. Was to replace my 360 because of how old it is. It works, but it's old as fuck. I played Dead Rising Case Zero off of it because I had to. Because for some reason the Xbox One doesn't have that. But it's licensing reasons, but it's so dumb. It's also dumb that they're standalone DLC, meaning they're not on PS4 whatsoever. Or 5. Unlike Dead Rising 1. Which... why? Again, licensing. Copyrights. Because, the people that actually worked on those was Blue Castle Games. They, I don't think, do anything anymore. I know they worked on some of the later Dead Risings, but I think the companies that were doing the DLC no longer have the rights, so that's why they can't put them on other consoles. It really sucks. Something like that. But yeah, my 360 is old, and I'm surprised that thing hasn't bit the dust yet. Same with my PS3. My PS3 is fucking old. It's the second PS3 I've had. And that's my third 360, yeah. Third, correct, yes. My second one got the Red Ring of Death. Twice. My first one was stolen. Along with my Wii. We all know who. Well, you know who. Not a fun day. That was a fucking horrible day. Don't do drugs. Because I can tell you that's where my consoles went. And it wasn't me that sold them. It's my brother. Alcohol addiction. Sucks. Don't let it take care. Don't let it take a hold of y'all. Because trust me, even I've sold various things and stole for weed. But that was when I was a dumb young kid. I've grown far up since then. But yeah, coming home to lost consoles, not a fun thing. Especially when you get both said consoles in the same damn year. For Christmas, I was a spoiled fucking kid. I'm far from rich, but I'm a spoiled baby. That's what happens when your parents spoil the youngest. I get whatever the fuck I want, almost. Ask this guy. Anyone can tell you it's him. Anyone can tell you how spoiled I was as a kid to be my friend here. Like, I had all the consoles. I grew up with the NES, Genesis, SNES. I grew up with pretty much every console in the book. The only ones I didn't have were like Atari and, you know, shit like that, but I pretty much have every other console.
Atari was way too old.
Yeah, Atari was way too before my time, and if my parents did have one or my brothers did have one, it was gone by that point. Because the NES itself is older than us, so that was a hand-me-down from my brothers. Hence why I have Zelda and the like. Yes, I still have that too. Zelda, your first. I wouldn't say the first.
I don't think the very first console I ever got, but Sally Rosie has it now, was the N64. I got it off my uncle, who got it off my aunt's now ex-husband.
Yeah.
He gave me the N64. What was it? Majora's Mask, Smash Brothers, I think Mario Kart.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking at my shelf and I see Pokemon Stadium. Physical cartridge right there. I see a bunch of SNES games. I have a bunch of PlayStation games, and PS2 games. God, I have so many old games sitting there. And way more in other places. I know I have Majora's Mask and Ocarina. I know I have, I don't know if I have the golden Ocarina cart, but Majora's Mask, I went out and bought the golden holographic imaged one. Because that's the one I used to have back when that came out, so I rebought it. Not that I'm ever going to play it, but I also bought a bunch of the Final Fantasy games that you can't actually get legitimately, so they're like reproduction carts with emulator, with a IS or a ROM file on the cart. I have those. The coolest thing I actually have for Pokemon, by the way, is event legendary carts, which could be. People sold them to me online, and that's a no-no, because that's supposed to be back at Nintendo's hands. So yeah, I have event legendary carts. Yay! My cousin had the Nintendo systems. Yeah, my first was a PlayStation. Yeah, my first was NES. NES and Game Boy was primarily my first major console. Well, first major gaming thing. Because I played years of NES, SNES, Lion King, and Maximum Carnage on the Genesis. I played years of Pokemon, Game Boy. And then PlayStation eventually came out, and I spent years on games like Crash Bandicoot and stuff like that. Metal Gear Solid, and heaven forbid, some of the worst Dragon Ball Z games to date. Ultimate Battle 22 and Final Bout, GT Final Bout, some of the worst Dragon Ball games ever made. We have, let's see, I had Hercules, fucking the Lion King PlayStation game. I had so many fucking good games, man. And this was before, like, I was big into Final Fantasy, so I didn't have any of those. Baby's first RPG for me was Pokemon. Well, Pokemon was my first real RPG. I've played other things, but yeah. Then I got into Final Fantasy, which that started with 7 and 9, watching my friends play that. Then I played 10. 10's my first real Final Fantasy experience. That's why I love it so much.
For me, it was 4.
That's a good choice, too. Even though R4 is very easy. I played the American version of 4, and I played the Pixel Remaster of 4, and there's a slight difference in difficulty. They took out Cecil's like dark commands and shit. I didn't like that. Yeah, because Americans are stupid, apparently. To be honest, I've seen people struggle with RPGs, and even I do too. But I don't like that they make it easier because they think we're stupid. Which is what they did with Final Fantasy. A lot. And for some reason, a good portion of them never came out here, and some of them that did were changed numbers, i.e. 4, and R4 is their 2. Or R2 is their 4, rather. And R6, or R3 is their 6. Is so dumb. That's because we never got the original 2, 3, and 6. Or 5. We got 1, 4, and then 7. It's really weird. Well, we got 1, 4, 6, and 7, even though they titled 4 and 6 differently. Ugh. I don't understand why they did that.
Japanese think that we're too stupid for some of these games.
That, or I guess they didn't sell as well, and then in order to make it fit, they changed the number, so it didn't just jump, but it doesn't make any sense. And then they released it later, finally.
I remember how, like, I remember seeing a video about how, like, the Japanese were worried how well we'll take Dark Souls.
I hope they didn't tone down Dark Souls.
Oh no, but they were worried it wouldn't sell well for us, seeing how hard the game was.
Yeah, I mean, you know how many people complained? When I first started playing Dark Souls, everyone was like, Dark Souls is so hard. Now it's just annoying. Now Dark Souls is annoying. I love how far we've come.
Because I was gonna say, like, what, Demon Souls didn't sell that well?
No.
And they took a gamble with Dark Souls 1.
And it worked, yeah.
Yeah, it took off, and they were surprised by that.
Like, Demon Souls is good, but I think what killed it was it's linear. It's a bit linear, and Dark Souls is a bit more open, and I think that's what did it, also. But yes, no, it's honestly that game though, that quickly became my favorite action RPG though. Like, that game. I could see it because I fucking played that game non-stop when I first beat Dark Souls 1. I did not stop playing. I was fucking addicted to that thing. And then obviously, I played all of them.
Fucking Microsoft owns Sekiro died twice because they had Activision.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not a big deal. They better do something with it.
Who knows?
They're not.
Because like so many people are like going crazy that Microsoft bought Blizzard and Activision. And like half of these people that support Xbox are cheap. They only buy the Game Pass. They don't buy the actual games. They don't realize that it's more supportive if they bought the games. So they're just waiting for being free on the Game Pass.
Yeah.
They don't realize in the wrong one that's gonna hurt them long term. I'm just waiting for that moment to come hitting them because I know, you know how they recently what is it, Baldur's Gate 3 was released on the Xbox. There's so many articles going around like, oh, Baldur's Gate 3 will not be a Game Pass. You will have to buy it if you want to play it.
Smart. Especially if it's as popular as it is. It was awarded Gotti, as I was told.
Yeah. I was surprised it won Game of the Year. That was gonna be like, I was hoping for RE4.
See, RE4 is on that list, but when I looked up the list, I guess what I thought was the top main winners was just runner-ups, and RE4 was like number 5. Zelda was number 1, so that would make Zelda number 2.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the runner-up list. Because I looked up Game Award winner, and I got a list of different games. RE4, Zelda, and God knows what else. RE4 was like at the bottom end of that list, but it still made it onto the runner-up. But no, apparently Baldur's Gate outwon them. I was told this, and I was like, oh shit.
Because like freaking Baldur's Gate pretty much dominated Game Awards.
I've never listened to those kind of games, to be honest.
I love my RPGs, but since this, it's more of a Western RPG, I'm not really a big fan of the bird's eye view thing when it comes to like that for console. It throws
Yeah.
me off. I don't mind. Not sound like a hypocrite, but I don't mind playing games like that if they're like on the PSP or DS. Because I can understand it's limited, so they do something to make it work.
Yeah. Totally agree.
It throws me off how like it looks like that, but when it comes to cutscenes, it looks like an actual console.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I just don't like those kind of lane games or games where a bunch of enemies surround you or whatever. I'm not a fan of games like Baldur's Gate or League of Legends. A lot of that.
Like the one that also like threw me off was I have not played it at all. I've seen it, but Cyberpunk 76 or 77, what it's called.
77, yeah.
And it won best ongoing game or community, whatever it was.
Yeah, apparently it's fucking good. Apparently it's been fixed enough now.
Yeah, because like I think with the latest expansion pack you can buy, it overhauls the game.
Okay.
But
Damn.
I was gonna say, when it came to like best ongoing game series or whatever it was, the other ones I thought were gonna win because they had League of Legends, Apex, what was the other one? Valiant.
Valorant, yeah.
I thought it was one of those that was gonna win, and not Cyberpunk. I don't really see that one being like that. But then again, I don't play it, so I don't know anything about its community. But Cyberpunk is mainly a single player game.
To my knowledge, yeah. I am surprised Cyberpunk survived. I thought that died.
I still gotta play The Witcher. I know I bought it a few, 2 years back? Or a year back?
The main game I'm gonna be hopefully joining after some time is Spider-Man, because I got Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales now. I want to be able to play those. I also want to... I forgot what I was gonna say after that. I had it.
Just to give you a heads up, when it comes to Spider-Man and Miles Morales, it's short.
Oh, that's fine. All the better for me to get onto 2 much faster. Also, I got it free. I got Miles Morales for free, so...
It strongly follows like a DLC. Cause I played it through the premiere catalog, Miles Morales. And I was hoping to play Spider-Man 1, but they took it off the catalog.
I mean, I got Miles Morales for free, so I'll take it.
Nice.
And Angel got me a gift card for Christmas, so I used that to pay a good portion of it, and I paid the rest.
I mean, Miles Morales is not that expensive though, right?
I don't know what the price for it was, but no, I don't think so. Cause yeah, it was free when I got it earlier yesterday. So I'm assuming it's, since it feels more like an add-on, probably not that expensive. At most, I see it being as like $20, $30. Even that seems a little much.
How will you show me the price? It shows I own it and not pay it to the catalog.
All I know is I had to move stuff around to make room for both Spider-Man games.
Yeah, it's not showing me the price. But it was a fun game.
I can't even fucking fight anything here. Ugh. something else, please. I mean, that is something else. I'm tired of seeing Rhyhorns and eggs. Oh well, I'm not tired of seeing an egg now. I'm tired of seeing eggs. Chansey pops up, but not anymore. The fucking timing. Better not be a bad little egg monster. You're gonna be a bad egg monster, aren't you? You're. That face is deceiving. You're not happy. That's the face of I'm gonna murder you or run. I mean, you can try all you want. I swear to God, if Chansey was real, that thing would scare the ever-living crap out of me. With some realistic-looking Pokemon in the fucking Pikachu movie, Detective Pikachu movie, Chansey would definitely freak me the fuck out. Lickitung and fucking Mr. Mime sure the hell did. And I haven't even seen the movie. Some Pokemon just don't need to be translated to fucking real life. Pikachu at least looks okay with the fur. Who looked adorable in the beginning?
Cubone.
Aww.
The
Cubone.
one that looked kind of fucked up were the Apoms in the movie.
Oh,
And what's that Pokemon Loudon? The second stage?
oh god, yeah. Loudred or whatever. Oh god, yeah, that thing.
Because there's like in the movie, there's like a gas that's making the Pokemon go insane or savage. And they went to like kind of like an underground fight club. Cause like they're in the city where like it's illegal for Pokemon battles and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to like an underground area where they do like illegal Pokemon battles. And the Devil Pikachu has to take on a Charizard, and it's in the background playing techno music with their ear thing, mouth, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And they look creepy.
Ugh. Yeah, when I first saw the Lickitung and Mr. Mime, I'm like, no. Pokemon does not need to be translated to freaking real life, thanks. It's odd to me, the concept of a franchise of Pikachu talking and being a detective. It just also seems odd to me.
I just love how like because of that we have Deadpool Pikachu.
Yeah, Deadchew. How long before they add that to the games mainline?
Oh, that would be awesome if they had that.
Fucking, and it's like, and they give him a voice acting line. Too. That'd be cool. But no, yeah, that would be cool though. Just dress up Pikachu.
Yeah.
Maybe if he was like a starter, like he was in Yellow and Let's Go. You just give him different outfits and hats and shit.
Because I remember, because I checked out Let's Go Pikachu from the library.
Mm-hmm.
My Pikachu was rocking, I think, a Team Rocket shirt and like a cap, and like the hipster frame glasses.
Yeah, nice. I forgot what mine was wearing. I hate you, Chansey. I hate you. I hate you so fucking much. They ran, and then I ran. I ran so far away. Sorry. And then he ran so far away. Fucking Venomoth. Fucking Tauros and his 1%. I haven't seen the thing once yet. All I'm getting is eggs. Too many fucking eggs in my face, man. They're not even eggs, they're seeds. Think of it this way, they're a fucking grass type. Do you plant trees with an egg? I don't think so. Therefore, aka they are seeds. Seeds that somehow grow into a palm tree. And then into an even bigger palm tree in Alola. And then also somehow it becomes a dragon. That I don't know. I don't know how growing your neck taller makes you lose your psychic typing and turn into a dragon. It's beyond me.
Because he's dragging his neck.
Oh my god. That's good. That's good. I was not. I walked into that one. Oh, he's definitely dragging shitting around, I'll tell you. He's dragging his seeds all over people.
Dragging these nuts.
Yes, he is dragging them balls. Dragon balls. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I think I'm just turning everyone off to Gen 1. Oh, the Safari Zone sucks. Oh my god. Excuse me, I did not mean to throw bait at you. No one's baiting here but me.
All left now is just to get a chance to, right?
I need one more Scyther, I need a Chansey, and I need Pinsir.
Wait, does Spencer spawn in this one?
Yeah, he's got a 1% though. Or no, Pinsir doesn't. Pinsir is an exclusive to blue. No, that's why I'm looking for a second Scyther. Tauros does appear, and he's just got a 1% chance. And see, the thing is, if I could just catch that last Scyther, I'd be alright. Chansey, I can at least get somewhere else, potentially, unless that's yellow only in the cave, which I don't think so. And then Tauros, I know he appears in yellow more. Which I'm out of luck on that. I have to get him here, unfortunately.
You rare ass Pokemon. What?
Dunlop Chansey.
No. No Chansey, no Tauros, no Scyther. Nothing. Just bunch of eggs, a rock monster. Whatever else. Man. Chansey and Scyther both. I think. I could be in the wrong area here. Alright, I'm in area 2, yeah. 4% for a Scyther, and 4 for Chansey, and 1 for Tauros. Oh, that just takes me there, I see. That takes me back up to that entrance. Oh, well, I'm on a... Oh, alright, let's do this again. Hopefully I can get to area 3. So that's where Tauros has a slight higher chance. Kinda. This is fucking annoying. I'm sorry, everybody. The Safari Zone sucks. And it hasn't been made any better in any of the games since. Gen 1's remake in Gen 3, and Gen 1's remake again in Gen 6? Whatever Let's Go is considered. They have not made these any better. Don't even get me started on the... What is it? The Gen 4 Safari-ish zone? Or whatever. The marsh, where you move locales around. Or whatever it was, you would zoom into certain spots on them, and you could figure out what Pokemon are there. I think that was Gen 4. That puts me in area 2. And that puts me in area 3. I've already gotten everything here, so I just need to get Pokemon. Alright, area 3 has a 4% chance for a Tauros, a 1% chance for a Kangaskhan. I don't need Kangaskhan. I have you. I just need Tauros, a Scyther, and Chansey. But the others, Chansey and the Scyther, I can get at a 4% in one area. So Tauros, this is the highest chance for his encounter. And then there's yellows with a whopping 10%. Fucker. There's ups and downs to yellow, though, honestly. Like, I don't like the whole Pikachu following you. I think it's cool, but having to trade it to evolve to Raichu then also defeats the purpose of having Pikachu Special Edition. So that kind of makes that useless. You know what I mean? Like, it makes the game the same then. Because the whole point of yellow is to have Pikachu following you. And you get all 3 starters, which is great. But, like, I don't know. I prefer just the originals, minus the whole thing. I don't want to have to take Pikachu away from that equation either. Because that makes the game, and taking that away is just... It'd be the same as evolving Let's Go's Pikachu into Raichu. It defeats the purpose, and it would take away the rides, the fly, and all, like, the special Pikachu stuff. Same thing with the Eevee, it would take away it all. That's why they didn't make him evolve.
So many eggs. You're not even Forlo, come on.
Yeah, I know. It's not even the egg I want, and I can't even encounter Chansey in the specific area that I'm in. I'm just looking for Tauros now at this point. At least that way I could kind of ensure that I've gotten almost everything but Chansey. Because if I can get Tauros here, then all I need is technically Chansey. But I still need one more Scyther because I need to trade it for the Pinsir. And I don't know if I'm going to be completing all of the other games. I could, I just don't know if you guys want to see me do it again on stream multiple times. So I think the only one I was going to focus on was Red. But I could easily still do the others, because that is a goal of mine to always just get all the Pokemon out of every game. That's always been a goal of mine. And I've done it on at least 4 of them, 3, 4 of them. This is deleted, Heart Gold's been deleted, Oris is completed, X and Y is completed. If you want to count that, that's fucking 5 games. Or 6, because I've beaten both Red and Blue. Welcome back, Chocolate Chip. Yeah, I've 100%ed Red and Blue. I don't know about Yellow, I may have. I've 100%ed X and Y, I've 100%ed Heart Gold, I've 100%ed Oris. So that's at least 5 to 6 games I've gotten all the Pokedex on. And my entire team is on Oris. What do you like to snack on? I like chocolate. Like, my favorite candy bar is Crunch. I like Butterfingers. I like Paydays. Paydays are one of my favorite because I love peanuts. I also just like peanuts in general. That's a good snack to munch on. Generally, you'll probably catch me munching on a cheese stick, which I have one in my pocket still. That's disgusting now, since it's warm. But normally I'll just go downstairs and grab a bunch of cheese sticks, just munch on that. It's just a free, easy snack. It may sound gross for anyone who's not like, for people who don't like to eat just straight cheese. Because generally I don't eat just straight slices of cheese, but I can eat string cheese. And it can't be whole. That I find gross. I don't know why. People who eat cheese sticks just like that, it grosses me out. It's weird, because it's called string cheese for a reason. It's like people putting cheese on... I also like people who like to put cheese in like hot snacks or snacks in general, like on chips, like hot Cheetos and shit. Ugh. I just don't like food saturated in shit, so even when I watch people do that, it's so gross to me. I don't want my fingers touching cheese. I don't want cheese all over my shit. I don't even like sauce slathered on food unless it's like ribs and steak. So like fries, I don't want them slathered in ketchup. You know what I mean? Like I've done that with cheese sticks. I can't do that. Ugh. Just munch the whole thing right out the package. I have to strip it down. I'm weird.
couldn't bite it. I can't either. Shredded cheese is good too. I do like cheese. I can bite a hunk of cheese if it's on a hamburger, like a slice of cheese. But that's different though. It's not, you're not biting into an entire chunk versus like a cheese stick. You're biting like a thin slice of cheese. There's a big difference there. Like the reason why it's gross to me is because it's one big chunk of cheese and it's all that, and it's just halfway through that bite, I'm getting disgusted by the flavor of it, the taste of it. Like if something tastes bad to me and I eat it, I have a hard time chewing it. And that's the case for full ass sticks of cheese. But I can eat it sliced up. That makes sense. But that's literally how it is for me. Same thing with like pickles. I used to eat pickles out the jar. I can't now. And I also hate I hate sliced pickles. For some reason, I've never liked cut pickles. And at this point, it's gotten to the point where I never had a problem with people putting pickles on my shit. I just take it off. But it got to the point where even the pickle juice now is making me sick. And it's hilarious to me. Because the last time I had it, I had to throw away a good portion of that hamburger. I gave it to my parents because I couldn't finish it. Because it was slathered and the bottom half had pickles and juice all over it. To the point where the bottom bun was saturated in it. It was gross. I hate pickles. But yeah, no, I've always been very weird with food. I'm a picky person, I guess. They call it picky, but it's just like, I like food, blah. You know what I mean? I don't like a lot of shit on it. I find people who want all this crap on it to be the more picky one. That's just my take on it. Because like, you like what you like. I don't consider like you not wanting anything on your food to be picky. Because it's the people who want all this other shit that are specific. All I want is nothing and cheese and ketchup, baby. Everyone else wants like tomatoes, onions, and all that. I think that's more picky. Yeah, it's somewhat waxy and just knowing it's made from curdled milk. Yeah, the whole curdled milk is gross too. And stuff. Yeah, I don't mind cheese and like, I love cheese sticks. A good cheese stick. They have to be warm, like freshly warm, to the point where the cheese is like melted. Ah, cheese sticks are so good. Mozzarella cheese sticks. I love mozzarella cheese sticks. Lasagna's not my favorite. I'm not really big on that pasta. Like, I like regular other type of pastas or whatever, like spaghetti and stroganoff and stuff like that. But lasagna, too much cheese, too much sauce, too much everything else. It was just too much of everything. I don't like the sauces, I don't like the cheese. That much cheese, that much sauce, and whatever else is in it.
I like a medium lasagna.
I'm a basic person. Like I said, I'll take a hamburger with ketchup and cheese, or something like that, or a basic pizza with nothing on it or pepperoni at most. So lasagna is just a little too much of everything in one bite. That's the problem. Is if it's too much, I can't eat it. It gets gross midway through. I come when I see a pan of lasagna. That's hot. I think the worst I've ever had is when I was with my ex. Her sister made me a bowl of beans. I hate beans. I nearly puked in front of them. My mouth went... I literally did that out loud. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. I've never stopped eating food so fast. I hate beans. Beans, baked beans, regular beans, black beans, all beans, even coffee beans. But no, I don't like beans. Which is kind of odd, considering my family likes a variety of things. No, I don't like fried beans. I don't like anything beans. I don't like whatever. My parents do like beans. My parents like a variety of things. Hey, Mercer, what are you still doing? Well, playing, talking. I just never got tired. And then Irving joined.
and Chocolate Chip joined and came back. Yes, he joined again.
Alright,
Hmm.
I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna leave the thing on, but I feel I need to take a nap.
Oh, well, yeah, I can hear it. Get some rest, dude. I can hear it. I'm surprised you haven't passed out on me yet.
I was hoping to stay long the whole stream, but you're fucking immortal right now.
Yeah, I don't know where this energy's coming from. I haven't had this in years. Like, I haven't been able to stream like this in years.
Good luck with the Chansey stuff.
I will. You have a good rest of your night. Hopefully you can get some sleep. You and Clint were playing Dead by Daylight before you went to bed. Nice. Nice. Well, now it's just me. I figured Irving was going to take off sometime. He came in very late. Like, it was already today by the time he joined in. It was like 12, I think? It was late. Magic beans. Yeah, no, I don't know why I forgot what kind of beans that they made, but it was just a bowl of beans. It was disgusting. I don't like the bean juice. It was brown beans. I forgot what the name of them were, but they were brown beans. I don't like the juice. I don't like the beans. They're blah. Like, again, it's like eating something without flavoring, also. Like a salty cracker that has no flavoring, like no cheese or whatever they have on it. Like, I like the peanut butter cheesy crackers. I don't like plain crackers. Same can be said for regular beans. I don't like beans in general, but that's what they were. They were just plain, disgusting, bland beans. But also the fact that they're beans, and that the sauce. It's just, ugh. And that's coming from a guy who used to eat meatballs out of SpaghettiOs and meatballs. Yeah, I don't like that either anymore, because I don't like canned food that much, but I used to love SpaghettiO and meatballs. I don't now. I think I'm losing it for a lot of, like, heavy, soupy-looking food that's thicker. Like, even I used to eat a lot of beef stew and stuff, and dumplings. But even that's starting to get gross to me now. And that's really one of the few times I eat sort of decent, because they have other stuff they put in it that isn't just garbage. But it's still not my favorite. What if they handed you a bowl of dried uncooked beans? I'd be grossed the fuck out immediately. Anyone who hands me beans in general. But yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was the worst I've ever probably experienced in terms of just immediately wanting to frickin' throw up. I didn't throw up, but I almost did. Yeah. I felt so bad. So bad. Okay. You are the bane of my existence. God damn you. How have I ever caught all the Pokemon here before? This tobacco's making me sick. Yeah, I'm trying to go after Chansey and Scyther and Tauros. 3 Pokemon that only appear here, and Chansey can appear in one other spot. at the end game, Mewtwo's dungeon. I'm not sure if that's exclusive to Yellow or not, but I don't think so. But yeah, normally they only appear here, and they're like rare Pokemon. They're the Pokemon that didn't evolve at one point. Now they do. Some of them have like Chansey, Scyther, and them have other forms now, but at the time of Gen 1, they didn't. Chansey, Kangaskhan, Tauros, Pinsir, Scyther, all of them didn't have anything. Electabuzz, Magmar, they're later, but they all didn't have anything prior to this. I think it's related. I don't know. I think a lot of it is, a lot of the times when I feel is when I'm dizzy and I smoke too fast. Oh yeah. I'm nausea right now, or was. Because I'm smoking pure tobacco and too fast. And mixing that with that, most of the time it's the Red Bull, mostly. But it can either be a mix of drinking that, smoking too much, or eating something, and it'll make me puke. I'm gonna be honest, I'm surprised I haven't yet puked. Because this is my second Red Bull today. The first one I finished was earlier on, but it was drank more or less all day throughout the stream. This is my second full can, and I'm only right here on it. And I just opened it, by the way. I'm not chugging it, I'm sipping it. But yes, that tends to make me very nausea. Feel some nausea. Generally, I don't get nauseous when I smoke. Unless I smoke straight too much weed or tobacco. But it's mainly tobacco that makes me ugh. The weed itself, not so much. But it can add to it. And yes, I will have some violent 2-minute puke sessions where I'm sitting there and I'm sweating up a damn storm. Like, I'll do like 3 or 4 upchucks, and then I'm sitting there like, oh, motherfucker. Yeah, it's all over me and everything. I hate that. I'm sorry, guys, for no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear any of that, and I apologize. Okay, I got all the water types here. Because we got Dratini, we got Magikarp, Slowpoke, double Slowpokes who I needed. I have Goldeen, I have my 2 Poliwags, Psyduck. I can't do anything to my heart. Can't. My heart shouldn't be able to either, honestly, and I really need to stop. And it's not so much all the energy too. It's more also the sugar. But I need to stop. Like, I drank it a while ago, stopped, and then started again because of wanting to be up or wake up, even though it doesn't really help me in that regard. I don't get bouts of energy as much as you would think. More or less, me being up right now is more or less my natural energy. Like, it's an energy drink. Yeah, it's gonna give you some energy, but it's gonna crash you. I think at this point I'm kind of used to the energy, that I don't feel that. I just get dizzy. And then I crash. But it hasn't made me crash yet. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been drinking energy drinks all day. That includes work. Let's just say I had about 3 or 4 of these, and I'm down to my last. Well, last 2. I have 1 more that's not a Red Bull. I have a Rockstar drink as well. Let's just say I've been buying this way too much, and I'm buying the stock out. My warehouse has vending machines that sell the 8 fluid ounce ones, and I buy them like so damn often that they don't have time to restock. So bad. It is so bad. I love sugar. That's why candy is some of my favorites. I did promise my dentist I would stop drinking all the soda that I do, or Gatorade, and I don't drink anywhere near the much Gatorade as I used to. But I started drinking all that again, and that's bad. Because that's all I drank for a while was Gatorade. And then I swapped to water, and I was actually good on water, to the point where I was actually hydrated, like clear urine hydrated. But now it's just getting to the point where I'm just too addicted to the sugar. Because I love fucking sugar. Yes, I love fucking sugar, you heard me right. But yeah, no, it does bother my heart here and there. That's why I don't know how people can do it. I may drink some of these like every day, but it's like I'm sipping it. Some people are chugging on it or drinking like it's water, and I've seen people drinking them daily. Like, much more than me. I may buy a bunch, but a lot of it goes for an hour. An hour plus. I've had drinks that lasted almost a whole work shift. How much are the Red Bulls now? Everything's going up. To be honest, I don't really pay attention to what I buy, to the prices of things that I buy, to be honest. That's too much effort. But, I want to say I probably spend a good $3 to $5 on these individually, about $3, $4, something like that. My total, I think, was like over $20, $30, give or take, because I bought some other things. I know I pay about $3.50 at Mercer's for the 8 fluid ounces. Those are much more expensive. That's $3.50 each for a Red Bull that's about here. Right? Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is literally the same price at Wawa. So about $5 I can get this versus a $3, $4 drink for much less. Give or take. Alright. Where am I here? I'm right here, okay. So I gotta go up and around. Yeah, an old manager of mine told me he had a heart attack because he drinks a ton of Monster and he's 3. Yeah, I don't drink anywhere near that much, but it's getting to the point where it's going to be bad. I haven't suffered or felt any pain part-wise, but it's gonna get there if I keep doing it. It's not like my body's the healthiest anyway. I was like, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not like I care about my body anyway. Long story short, never will, never have. Like, I know it's probably negative to y'all, but it's the honest damn truth. I don't care about myself. Never have. People never made me happy, and people never made me feel good about myself. So, I will never respect myself. I don't care if I die. I don't care how I die. I don't care when I die. I don't. It's whatever. So I'm just going out with a bang and in style. If I die tomorrow, no loss. All I ever want to do is just be honest and be respected for it. Nothing more, nothing less. I give everyone my time and respect, and a lot of people just don't think I'm just negative. When I'm just trying to be honest, yeah. I never once cared about my life. So I just drink whatever I want, when I want, buy what I want. I don't pay attention to prices. I already don't know locations of... I can't memorize streets and names, and I don't pay attention to what prices are because it's not important to me. What's important is me buying it. And stuff like that. So, like, it just makes it hard for me to just care. I also know my limitations. I also know I'm a slower learner. Always have been. I've always been hurt, picked on, made fun of. And as a kid, by everyone around me, mostly my friends and people I actually liked, crush-wise and otherwise. And it just added up. And before you know it, I just ended up not caring about myself at all. People just never made me feel good about my life, or me, or my looks. I was always told I was ugly this, ugly that, or whatever. And then, like, I had friends constantly making fun of me for my stressing. I still have that to this day, but I can't help it. People always tell me to get over it, or don't let things people say get to you. But people just can't understand that I just can't. Some things bother me. I've always been a sensitive person, but people just do not want to get that. And it pisses me off, and I'm tired of explaining it. And I'm always going to be this way. I don't like when people talk crap about me. Never have. Because every time people have, it's always been something personal. My latest bout against people at work had to do with me being bi, and people think being bisexual is not a choice. Or, yeah, people think being bisexual is a choice. Being gay or bisexual, people think it's a choice. Rather, it's not a choice. That is another thing that pissed me off. Because it also brought me back to the time when I was in the closet for most of my life, and no one else wanted to know that I was, or if they were, they would end their friendship on me. I've had a friend who knew, and they would sit there and use that against me for whenever I pissed them off. Like, I'm so tired of me being me. I love who I am. I love that I'm bi. I can't control that I am, even if I wanted to, but I love that, respect that, but I also hate me because of that. But yeah. An entire argument about how being gay or bi is a choice, when it's not. Yeah. Biggest fuck off. If it's a choice, then how come I can't just go straight? Tell me that. I didn't just choose to like people. That happens. It happens. No one chooses to like anyone that they date. You can choose to date them. That doesn't mean you'll end up falling for them. My first sex was with a slut that I cared about, yes, but I never really, in the grand scheme, I never fully fell in love with her. There was not enough time. Only 5 months into a relationship, there was no time to develop real feelings. Like, yeah, you can, but I never fell head over heels with this girl. I did like her, but never fully fell in love with her. And yet I fell in love with other women that I never dated, or, you know, people that I have dated for much shorter time frame. Like Angel Rose, I met, you know, a year ago, and I fell fast for her just because of what connection we got. There's a big difference compared to my ex, who is a homophobic whore. People so accepting in California when I was there. No one cared. Oh, I'm grateful for that. It's bad enough that I have been hidden from family and my friends my whole life, and I still am. I trust you guys more than my parents and my family. Because of the judgment and other things I've suffered already. Last thing I want is my parents to judge me. Dude, my dad also told me one time he doesn't want to be seen in public with me. That was the hardest thing I've taken. And this was years ago. wasn't. This was years ago, recent, as in 4 years ago, for no reason, because he doesn't like the way I look. No one ever liked the way I looked. Back when I was young, I dressed anime and nerdy skater like I kind of do now. Then I had people telling me that they didn't like that, and they were like, yeah, dress ghetto, baggy, pants, South Pole, that'll get you winning. And no one liked me dressing baggy and ghetto because that was fake, and it just is not a good look. No. Call it what you want, baggy pants and whatever else, baggy shirts that are too big on you does not look good. And then I swapped back. But it's just like no one ever cared about my feelings. Whenever I pissed my friend off, they always said, "Oh, you want me to tell people you're bi? Blah, blah, blah." Blackmail me, fine. Yeah. And you know how many people I try talking to and no one else wants to listen? People always tell me to shut up, get over it, move on, whatever, and they don't want to hear it. There's a reason I'm constantly like this. People need to get it. I'm sensitive. You want to get over something? Get over that. Damn it. Good thing I have a second. I need to charge my phone. Okay. Thank God for Switch chargers. Ah. You would have fit in with my friends, I think. My buddy, I loved all that nerdy stuff. I wasn't into anime, but I remember playing DayZ. Yeah, that's great. That's amazing. I mean, me and my few friends that I have that aren't Irving or Tom enjoyed video games and Pokemon and Dragon Ball, but a lot of that ended. They didn't really continue watching anime. They stopped. They stopped skateboarding. And they didn't stop gaming, but a lot of our interests weren't really aligned in terms of what me and Irving are. You can kind of see that me and him are closer, far closer than any of the other best friends I grew up with. And I say that because they're the closest friends I have, plus Irving, plus Tom. And if I take those guys out of the equation, the only real close friends I have is Irving and Tom. And then, since several of my friends also overdosed on drugs, I've lost several of them. And that would make me down to 2 other friends that aren't Irving or Tom. Still alive. I've lost at least a good 4 people off the top of my head to drugs. 2 of them were brothers and back to back. I feel so bad for their parents. Oh, that's so horrible. Both died on overdosing on heroin. I grew up with these kids. And they died back to back. The younger brother went first, then the older one. And I didn't even notice my friend was fucked up until one of my other friends mentioned it. And I was like, no, he looked okay that day to me, because he drove me and we went to someone's house, we smoked, hung out. And then that's when I was told that he was on something. He looked like he was fucked up, but I didn't notice it. I guess I just don't pay attention, because I have a hard time with... I don't like looking at people's faces. I don't look at people's faces. Like, if I'm looking around, I'll look down. I have a hard time looking at people in the eye. So I didn't notice. Growing up is strange, everything changed. Well, yeah, I expect everything to change, but... Still... I guarantee you my friends never changed. They would still be the same hateful people in terms of certain things and not accepting. And if I don't have them, I have nobody. I mean, yeah, I guess I might as well better off alone, but still. I already smoked and changed the way I was just so I can be cooler, and because they smoked, they looked cool, and you know, I wanted to be cooler. I wanted people to leave me alone and respect me, so I started doing drugs and smoking weed and cigarettes and drinking a bit. And here we are. Now I'm a 30-something-year-old man living with his fucking parents. Another thing into my life to fucking make me hate myself more. I barely started working at the age of mid-20s, and now I'm 30, and before you know it, I'll be at the retirement age, and I still won't be able to retire. And at this point, I won't even know how to frickin' job hunt, because I don't know how to file applications at all. I don't know cars, I don't know houses, I don't know how to buy that shit. I don't know if people are ripping me off. People are already telling me having to pay what I pay for my windshield, which I'm not gonna even say. Is too much. But my dad is the one that got that and did all that. And if he says it was good or whatever and agreed to it, I wouldn't know. Someone can tell me much higher price and I think it'd be okay. So I don't know jack on buying vehicles. I don't even know shit on vehicles. I can't tell you what companies make what without looking at the fucking thing. If I look at a car, I can't just tell you what company it is or what car model it is. They all drive point A to point B. Does it matter? Everyone looks at cars and be like, ooh, that's a nice sports car. Okay. What are you doing with it, though? Driving, right? Alright. Shush. Like, I can't even tell you the difference between consoles. They are all the same to me. I'm not the kind of guy who calls everything an Xbox, but PS4, PS5, Xbox, they're all the same, dude. They play games. Is there any difference? No. Maybe slight graphical quality. Maybe one stronger than the other. But does that really matter? Do people really care about that? Still? Like, seriously. People worry too much if a game is clear, good image, 1080p, or not 1080p, 4K, 8K, 20K, whatever. Like, I'm so tired of it. It's so dumb. And it's so overhyped. That everyone's like, oh, that's why I don't give a fuck about PC gaming. Because you're still gaming. Who gives a fuck if something is in less frame rate? You're playing it, it's enjoyable, does it fucking matter? 60 frames ain't gonna make a game. Yeah, some people are like off-road all the time or whatever. I get it, it's a hobby. And then there's like sports moms and sports dads and But even then, I still don't know the difference between these vehicles. Like, yeah, there's cars that are meant to go off-roading and whatnot, but what are you still doing with that car? What? And I call them cars. You see how I'm saying car? I don't say car, truck, van, whatever. Because I don't really know what each one are. It's all just a car. Kind of like how everything is a TV, even though technically I play off a monitor. TV. The difference between my TV and a monitor is to display things. The TV is there for people to watch shows and have internet, or have their, not internet, but have cable and whatnot, or whatever. Monitors are used solely to display what you want on it. Because you could split your display between, among other things. I can watch shit if I had cable on this, but I would have to connect that all up. Or I can display my game image on multiple different screens. That's the difference. Other than that, I don't know the difference. Didn't need... Yeah. I don't think any game needs 60 frames. I think 30 frames is fine. I barely can notice between 30 and 60 to begin with. I need it in my face. I need it in my face. Yes, I can notice dips in frames if it goes from like 60 to 45 or 30 down to 20 or less. But 30 and 60, unless it's side by side, I cannot tell the difference. Because I am playing a game and I'm not paying attention to that because it doesn't matter. People can see the game, they can read the text, they can hear the dialogue, whatever. That's all that matters. Yes, 1080p isn't as clear as it once was. No. So 720p was the same way. But I'm not gonna sit there and know the difference, though, between that and 4K. It's still gonna look the same. Just like graphics don't matter. Yeah. Except graphics matter more than frame rate to me. Graphics don't matter, but graphics can matter. There's a difference there. Frame rate doesn't matter to me at all. Graphics can matter. I don't like an ugly game. There's a lot of ugly video games out there. A game's graphics could easily turn me off to a game immediately. I.e. games like League of Legends, Baldur's Gate, those kind of things. Like, for example, those kind of games, I don't like the look of them. Turns it off to me. World of Warcraft, another one. Don't like it. I hate World of Warcraft's art style. Ugh, so ugly. I find even PSO to be ugly, and I love that franchise. Or, I love PSO. But PSO and PSO2 are ugly as fuck. Then again, PSO2 is a 2012 game, and PSO is 1990s to 2000. Late 1990s to 2000. It's probably 2000. Stream. Oh my god. The Pornhub videos that are 480. Oh, good god. Yeah. I know that feeling. Wow. I don't know how they post that shit either. That and porn videos that are only like 5 minutes long. Like, who the fuck is fapping to a 5-minute video? Give me a half an hour fucking video and I'll be alright. Now we're talking about masturbating. Lovely. Just poor quality. Damn right. Acting and all. God, it's like that. Might as well just watch softcore porn on fucking on demand. The shit where they try to add story to porn. I actually have a specific girl who I watch on the hub. Oh, nice. I mean, I watch specific people on Pornhub as well. somewhat. There's some females that I find sexy as fuck. Don't know their names, but yeah. There's some hot females, there's some hot trannies out there that I've seen on Pornhub. Her name's Velma Voodoo if you're not into fetch. I love chubby girls, man. I love me my chubby women. I like thicker girls, yes. Yes. Thick in a good sense, people. But no, I do like chubbier women. I also like thin women, just not my thin. Just not me thin. Don't be me thin. Have some meat. Amaranth in an ad there? Well, it's Amaranth. I was gonna say, well, that's Amaranth for you. You might as well add in the other fucking girl. Fucking, the Suego face girl. Is that Amaranth? No, that's not Amaranth. That's someone else, right? I know who Amaranth is, but I don't watch them. There's the girl that did the Oswego face. She's one that you probably could find in porn. And what's her face that sold the bathwater? Bella Delphine. She's for the street boys. Wait, I bet she is. Wait, we were what? Eh? Dude, I mean, we're talking about chicks we like. Oh, you were flying to Mercer. That's okay. I can literally read dialogue and then forget it seconds later. Half the time when I read text in video games, or even watch a cutscene for myself, I forget it seconds later. Much more so when I'm live. Hell, I make counts at work for my job, and I literally forget them seconds later. Bella Delphine. Ew, no. Ew, ew, ew. Ew, ew, ew. Gross. She is, ew. Ugly as fuck. She's not attractive. As her and any other female. I think Bella Delphine's the one that does the Oswego face. Either way, her and Amaranth. Nah, not for me. Just don't have standards. I have standards. Oh, you don't have standards. That's a standard. It's just low. Don't put yourself that low, dude. Like, there's better women out there than that garbage. I mean, you have a girlfriend, but still, there's better shit out there. You just have low standards. And I'm not saying every girl I've dated either is like a perfect, but still. Bathwater girl, yeah, no. Bathwater girl, yeah. Bella Delphine, some girl who sold her literal bathwater online and people bought it. I don't find her attractive, personally, to me. I don't like her attitude, the way she is, and I don't like her. Also, she's popular. I just can't get into that. I don't like thoughts. I don't like e-girls, I don't like thoughts in general, and I don't like e-girls. I prefer my fetchics. I mean, I prefer chubbier women too. I wouldn't outright say they're fat. Chubby is a better word. Because not every fat girl or every chubby girl's fat. I've dated a slew of women who were not fat, but bigger, had some meat on their bones, and had curves. Like, no, I do like chubbier women. That's why whenever Angel says how fat she is, or whatever, I was like, you're fine. Like, I like it. That's what I'm into. It's just not comfortable for her health. I can understand why it's not comfortable for her health, and I don't want to be. It's not my business to really say, but I like Angel for who she is. I fell in love with her for everything she was. Her looks, her personality, everything. But it's health reasons to why she wants to try to get healthier, but to me, she's fine regardless. BBW. I mean, I love me some big booty women, yes. Come back to? Dude, you've been here. What do you mean? We were just talking about chicks online and fat girls. What are we talking about? You've been here. What? But the conversation didn't change, though. It's the same conversation. Yeah, it's fine, but the conversation didn't change. It's still the same conversation. Talking about chubbier women. I don't know what you heard, but it's the same conversation. How are you able to stream a Game Boy game? That's how. You can't see it very well. This right here is the capture device. Yeah, trannies are nice. I'm not a fan of futa, but I like trannies. I just don't like the oversized fake big dicks, that's it. That right here is my capture card. This is your capture cable. That's what's sending the information to the screen. And then I were to go, let's see, webcam, move my webcam, black. And then if I were to go here, this can change. I can, this is where, this scene that I'm about to change is basically the window. For instance, like you could see the guild. Then you got like the capture. That's the program. And here's the bottom screen. For instance. So I would just choose the top screen and blah. Well, the charger port is... This is the charger port. This is the cable for the content. There's only 2 ports on this thing. Technically 1, because this is added. So the 3DS only has 1 port, technically speaking. There's only 2 because of the added. Anything else you see on here is a stylus holder, and then there's the game case right here. There's no other ports. There's only 1 initial port on the 3DS. But yeah. I'm streaming it directly from my 3DS via my capture device, which is no longer available online, I don't think. Because Nintendo. I've had this thing for years. Believe it or not, the 3DS is what I started doing on YouTube. DS and 3DS is what I first started on doing years ago. I recorded with like my phone. And then I started streaming, I started recording directly from it with Pokemon and Dragon Ball, Attack of the Saiyans. I remember I did an entire playthrough of that. I did a good portion of Dragon Ball Fusions I never completed. Stuff like that. But my start on YouTube was the 3DS. And the DS. Because I used to record a bit from my phone with the DS. And then I started playing with official 3DS hardware. And then I got Roxio, which is basically a worse version of Elgato. But it had the 3 color cables, the red, white, and yellow cables, so you can connect older consoles to it. But it was a shittier version of Elgato. It couldn't even do 1080. My 3DS was a basic bitch red one. So mine's not a basic pitch blue one? I didn't know there was basic color. I didn't know, what does that even mean? How, I don't know why people call something basic. But nothing to me is basic. Like, what is, how is a red 3DS any more basic than mine? Is there special other 3DSs that are different? Like, they're all the same. I just don't get it. It's just dumb to me that people say shit like that. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, how different is a red 3DS to mine? Or a 3DS XL, or one with a customized case. Like, there's no such thing as a basic shit to me. Like, I just don't get why people say that. Like, oh, that's just a basic RPG, or whatever. It's like, how is something like that basic? Just because it has very limited mechanics? I just don't get it when people say stuff like that. It doesn't make sense. Nothing to me is basic. Yeah, stickers on here, so it's not. I have a dude. And it's a theme. And that makes mine any less basic? Dude, I could just peel it off. That doesn't mean anything. It's not a custom thing, dude. It was something I bought. Something I bought online, and guess what? You know what I used? It's a template. That means I added an image directly, and they printed this out. I don't know how that makes this any less basic. That's so dumb. Who cares if you have a plain 3DS? My car is a plain black car. And? It works, right? Okay. The PSP had red, white, yellow cast. Yes, I know it did. Yes, and? I know.
Hello.
Hello. I know about the PSP because I used to play on the TV all the time, and it wasn't the red, white, blue cable or red, white, and yellow. It was there were 6 cables. There was red, yellow, white, then like blue and other colors.
I mainly used them when I was watching a movie on my PSP.
That's another useless feature. I forgot about that. That's another useless feature. Probably one of the main reasons why the PSP was garbage.
What specific?
That it could play movies. So dumb. Yeah, but oh hey, let's watch something on my portable console.
Oh, let's keep it with.
Yeah, but you're doing this when you can just lay down in bed and watch it off a monitor. The idea of watching movies or anime on a handheld is stupid to me because you're literally... But to me, there's no such thing as basic. It's plain, maybe, but not basic. But just because mine...
Plain old
Yeah.
silver PSP.
Yeah, just because my stupid thing has a skin on it doesn't mean it's any less basic than yours.
I'm not gonna lie.
Since-
My 3DS had an Iron Man sticker on the back of it,
Nice.
so mine wasn't really plain. It had an Iron Man sticker on it. So did my PSP. Like, I covered up the PSP logo on the back of the disc
Yeah.
tray
Yeah,
with
no,
an Iron Man sticker.
nice.
I
Yeah,
had, when I was younger, I had an unhealthy obsession with Iron Man.
there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that's PSP did not have a lot of good games. No.
They would have stuck with the original model. It was the Vita that killed it.
No, the PSP died long before the Vita. The PSP was dead the moment that console released, dude. Are you kidding me? To me, it was. The Vita just managed to, or the PSP managed to survive long enough for the Vita to release. The PSP was already dying long before that.
Dude,
Explain,
the DS outperformed it in terms of sales. Because mainly, well, probably Pokemon.
When else outperformed it? A
Yeah.
fucking Game Boy could have outperformed the goddamn PSP.
Well, in
But
terms
the
of
Pokemon-
performance, no, but in terms of selling, yes.
and durability, because you know the guy who had the soldier that had the Game Boy in the Bomb Blast.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
still
of
worked.
course. Yeah, of course. Portable DVD player is what short-lived invention. Hell yes, that thing's... I used to have portable DVD players. I used to have a portable DVD player with a portable monitor connected to it. And that monitor was no bigger than probably 2 times or 3 times my DS's screen. That thing was tiny. I used to have I actually still do, it's somewhere. It was a portable...
TVs?
Yeah, I actually was about to say I have a portable monitor that whenever my other whenever my TV was taken up, me or Irving would use the portable monitor to play the games off of. But it was so hard to see. It's so hard to see though. But I do have a portable monitor that has the 3 color codes that you could put the cables in, and it worked fine. And it connected to my GameCube. It was connected to my GameCube, and then I had another one that was a separate one because I had a GameCube monitor, and then I had another one.
Remember the Wii?
I still have my Wii. Yes.
Did you know want to know a fun fact about the Wii? It can play your GameCube games.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know. Like, I'm looking right at it. You can see those GameCube's controller slots right there. In fact...
The GameCube controller slots are on the top of it.
Yep, in fact, there's a GameCube memory card right there.
Like,
Yeah.
I always wondered, when you, like, popped up the loading screen for the games, what that little fucking disc was. And then I finally figured it out. It was
Yeah, it could play GameCube games. Yep, it's fully backwards compatible. Vita was ignored. Yeah, sadly. It was a good design, just horrible.
I have a question.
Hmm?
Was Crash Bandicoot on the GameCube and PlayStation?
Yes. I think. I know Crash Bandicoot's been on other consoles. I believe there's some Crash Bandicoot GameCube games. I'm not sure if they're mainline, like, platformers, or if they're other Crash Bandicoot variants, because there's multiple different types. There's the platforming ones, there's the racing Crash, and then there's other types of Crash games, but I would assume so. And as for Spyro, I don't know anything about that dumb franchise. I don't like Spyro.
Were there any, besides Pokemon Stadium? No, Pokemon Stadium was...
64. Yes, there's 2 GameCube Pokemon games, Gala Darkness and XD. As well as Pokemon Coliseum, Gala Darkness, and I think there was other Pokemon games on the GameCube that may have been
There's this,
minor side games. But yes, the GameCube had several.
there's this YouTuber I watch. He makes little shitty cartoons. It's his words, not mine. About stories from his life.
Ah,
He was alive when they released Pokemon Stadium. And he got it from a Blockbuster.
so he's old as me.
And he has... Yeah.
Because I was around before Pokemon Gen 1 was out. I've been around since then. I was born in 89. So I was around for that.
He was in, I think, middle school when the rarest Pokemon card was the holographic Charizard.
I was in elementary. When Gen 1's cards were around. So, yeah.
And his words were, when I got that card, I had the world by the ass.
I have never pulled that Charizard from a booster pack. I had to buy it. The only Charizard I've ever gotten in a booster pack, besides the Dark Charizard, is a 3-star Shining. Shining as in shiny. Because in the cards, they didn't call it shiny, but it was a black Charizard. And I lost it. And you know where I found this? At Toys R Us, in one of their game crates. They had the big tower crates they put a bunch of games in. In there was a random booster pack. And in that booster pack was a dark shining Charizard. Or a 3-star rare Charizard. I was so mad that I lost that. Because I've never pulled...
But when you
I've
pulled
never...
that Charizard, you probably lost your shit.
I did. Because I didn't know anything about shiny Pokemon back then. I didn't know what it was. And it was the first real it was the second major Charizard I pulled, because the Dark Charizard is too easy to pull. I had like several of those, and they made some of those cards where they have both holos and non-holos. And I had like several variants of non-holo and holo versions of the Dark Charizard. It's basically Dark is equivalent to the Team Rocket owning Pokemon in the card game. So Dark Charizard is basically evil.
But like, wasn't there like a Pokeball in one of them in the? I think it was.
There's a Dark Ball in the movie, yes.
That turned Pokemon.
Yes, Celebi.
Really powerful.
Pokemon Forever. Yes. The guy had a capture Tyranitar. He captured Celebi. Almost killed it. It almost killed it. Because he then turned the Celebi on the entire forest, which in turn killed him. Almost killed it. Yep. Took over a Tyranitar. It literally just takes what Pokemon from other people and it turns their heart evil. It's equivalent of what Colosseum and Gale of Darkness did. Where people would steal Pokemon from trainers and make them bad. Closing their heart off the good side. I don't.
For that, I forgot which movie it was, but Ash fought a prehistoric Don. That Team Magma revived.
Jirachi the Wishmaker movie. Number 5, I think. 5 or 6.
I have that one.
Because I think number 5 or 6 is all. I think there's also the Latios movie somewhere in that, because that's Gen 3.
Yeah, those
So
two. And then I have one with Pikachu on it, and I have one with Eevee on it.
I mean, there's many with Pikachu on it. Probably. As for the one with Eevee, I don't know anything about that.
Pokemon movies, including like movie for Mewtwo when he's on the island.
Yeah. So I prefer the original. The freaking remake to that is garbage.
I think I have the remake.
The fucking whatever, it's called something Pikachu. And then they made a brief small, I forgot how long it was, but they made a brief small backstory to the whole movie with Mewtwo being cloned and all the other clones were dying, and the main scientist was trying to clone his dead daughter, and she ended up dying, failing, and Mewtwo is the only clone that survived out of Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and her. Is sad because you get to actually see Mewtwo. You get to see Mewtwo as a little one, and you get to see him grow eventually, and it leads into Pokemon movie. But yeah, you see him from a little guy to an asshole. Because he's sad. It's so sad. He's making friends, and they're all dying on him, and that's what turns him kind of bad. And then he sees the evil in Team Rocket's heart, you know, the creators of him, and then that's what really turns him bad. Because Giovanni was clearly using him. Otherwise, Mewtwo is never bad.
But like, doesn't like Ash like change?
Yes, Ash changed him.
into being a good guy?
Yes, he did. He saved them not only from Team Rocket in the second movie, Mewtwo Returns, but he proved that just because everyone's a fake clone doesn't mean they don't have feelings. And that's what that was the whole point of him running. Nice, that movie's good too. And that was the whole point of him running in between Mew and Mewtwo's attack. The whole Ash turned to stone scene.
So, Mewtwo Returns is the one where he's on the island hosting the tournament.
Yes,
right?
it's the same island that the first one was on. It's where a bunch of clones are, and he's there protecting them, and Giovanni tries to make a return. Ash somehow spots this island and goes there, but his memory was erased, so he has no memory of Mewtwo. And then at the end of the movie, he erases Team Rocket's memory instead. Ash keeps his memory of Mewtwo after that.
Because Mewtwo allows it.
Allows it, yes, because Mewtwo's giving humanity another chance, due to Ash's goodness. Yeah. Other than that, and then Mewtwo's appeared in the Genesect movie. But it's not the same Mewtwo, because I don't think that Mewtwo talks. I could be wrong. I don't think it's the same Mewtwo. I don't know how there's more than one Mewtwo in this world when he's cloned. Yeah, I get it, you can clone more than one Mewtwo, but how? I don't see how they're doing that. I don't see how multiple people, especially multiple different regions. It doesn't make sense to me how there's multiple Mewtwo's in the world.
Because Team Rocket made one Mewtwo. Unless everyone else out there, their brother, is freaking cloning Mew. I don't know how. So, it never made sense to me in the Pokemon games to have multiple of these legendaries. Especially Mewtwo in this case. I know Mew had a bunch of Pokemon, a bunch of different, Mew had more than just one of him, and they all apparently died out, hence why he's so mythical and rare to find, apparently. I don't really know anything about Pokemon all that much. Because they don't just say stuff a lot of this stuff ain't in the games. This is the anime. The games don't really have that heavy of dialogue until later. And even then, they don't really go that far into that crazy of a shit. You never learn Mewtwo's origins in the games. Aside from the fact that he was cloned from Mew. And that's it. No backstory about a guy trying to bring back his dead kid or anything like that. Like, that's all the anime. They also have a ROM hack based on the movie, too.
Yeah, me and Chocolate Chip were supposed to play Fallout 76 last night, but he didn't have enough space on his PlayStation to download it.
Damn, I'm surprised he was up. I thought he passed out on me. He was here earlier and I came back. I'm surprised Irving passed out first. But then again, he was probably up most of the night, and then he didn't join me until about midnight.
Adding to the PSP not having a lot of good games,
Yes.
to me, the only good original game that was on the PSP was Final Fantasy Crisis Core.
It's a good game, but I wouldn't go that far. I enjoyed, what is it, Coda Princess. Heck, it's an RPG hack and slash beat 'em up. Let's see, there's Monster Hunter, which are hard to get into especially if you play World and go backwards. Even though I played Freedom Unite first, but I never played it enough. My first real experience with Monster Hunter World, going backwards is really hard. Those are good games though. It's just PSP. That's what it is. It's Downfall. PSP. Its controls are horrible because of that.
So, hey Brett, you remember the PlayStation 2 Tony Hawk games?
I know of them from PlayStation 1 and PS2, yes.
You remember Project 8?
Not particularly. I stopped playing it sometime after American Wasteland. Thug and American Wasteland.
So basically, it's the story behind Project 8 is he's put together a team basically, of 8 unknown skateboarders.
Mm-hmm.
And you create your own character.
Yeah.
And you unlock different maps in the same, it's all in the same town. So there's the suburbs, there's downtown, there's the school.
Yeah.
And then there's a water park.
Oh, nice. Sadly, there's no space on your PS4 Fallout. RIP. That's why I have an external hard drive. Even that's starting to fill up for me. In fact, my PS5's main space is filled I had to swap a bunch of games over to my external hard drive so I can get Spider-Man 2 installed. Ugh. Thank you guys for all being here. I appreciate all of you. Send love, everybody. Even if you guys don't stream anymore, or if you haven't streamed in forever, feel free to send love to them. Also send love to my man, Eggs and Bacon. Eggs and Bacon Gaming. If anyone wants some good morning breakfast gaming, feel free to send love to my man. He's predominantly so far, he's been playing a lot of Soul stuff. Like right now, he's doing Liza P. Lately, he'd be on Elden Ring or Dark Souls, so if anyone's into that kind of stuff. He also does Metroid, he does a lot of Nintendo stuff. He's an awesome dude.
Also, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
When I told Chocolate Chip that I got a PS5, he's like, "Are you gonna get Demon Souls?" And I'm like, that was like one of the first things Brett asked me when I told him I got a PS5.
Yeah, we need to play that. We need to play that. Maybe we can get maybe we can get Irving to join in.
I want to get my main goal when I get it though is I want to get the Impaler armor.
I don't particularly know of that armor. Impaler?
Yeah.
I don't know of any armor off the top of my head called Impaler armor.
Or whatever the hell it's called. There's a character that in the original game you couldn't get his armor, but in the remake,
Oh, that, yeah. Close enough. The Penetrator.
Penetrator. Oh yeah.
Close enough. Impaler, Penetrator. Close enough, yeah. The
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, the Penetrator. I was like, Impaler armor. That's why I was confused, because it's called the Penetrator armor. Same thing, but yeah, the boss is called the Penetrator. Greatest name ever. But yes, his armor is locked behind the mirrored mode. You need to...
beat the main game to
Yes, the fragmented world. And then you go into the fragmented world. And there'll be several coins strewn about each of the worlds, and you have to collect a certain amount of them.
What's the Souls game where you go back in time and fight a samurai in his prime?
Dark Souls 2. Sir Alone, the DLC. Iron King DLC. Knight Alone, he's the one that commits Sudoku, or seppuku is what it's actually called. The act of...
Call it
Yeah, a lot of people call it Sudoku, but it's... the
ritualistic
the ritual of you where you commit suicide in honor. Because he's a
I think it's the-
samurai.
I think it's the game back his honor, I think. That's when he does it.
Yes, it's to honor the person who fought him. Because you beat him you beat him with no damage. So he honors you by killing himself. Even though it's a fucking flashback. Meaning he's already gone. So you're altering timeline. Dark Souls' time, they even state this in the franchise. Dark Souls' timeline is so wonky, that's why they literally made summoning a canonical story gimmick where it's the world is so fucked up that people could just come in and out. Centuries old heroes in the franchise's actual like main characters, some of them are from years past, and that's why you could summon players into your game.
Remember when we played Elden Ring for the first time and we kept getting invaded and it was pissing us off?
Yeah. Yeah, they added tons of stuff, I'm sure, to Demon Souls, but the one particular armor I can mention off the top hand is the Penetrator armor. Because I don't remember a lot of armor names, but there's definitely a lot more stuff in it. And the graphics of that fucking look glorious. The only problem I have is that the co-op is still finicky, even though it's updated.
Ready to get another PS3 charger so I can get the original Demon Souls on the PS3.
Nice, yeah. I actually kind of prefer the original sometimes. The atmosphere of the original adds to it sometimes a lot more. Kind of like how the original Resident Evil feels more horror than the modern ones, just because of the tank controls add to it. Demon Souls' original is the same, but it's a bit darker, and the graphics aren't as good, so it adds to the atmosphere more. But I love Demon Souls so much, and it's the only Dark Souls that has that atmosphere to me. Bloodborne has a different atmosphere, and even that I like less for some reason. I just like Demon Souls' everything is... It's like the only time I really like everything that's dead. Most of the time, I don't like when shit's dead. I like when it's more lively. Like, one of the big reasons I hate 7 is the world seems dead. Everything is dying around you because they're sucking out the energy dry out of the planet. So everything is dying around you. And then there's Final Fantasy VIII where, while yes, a lot of it's kind of dark if you actually pay attention to it, but the world is a bit more lively. And then you get 9 where it's like, flips everything on its head. Serious, but yet goofy at the same time.
You know, Crisis Core 7, Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core is more lively because it's
Yes.
before they...
Well, yeah, but it's still pretty dark, and everything is dying. It's a little bit before, but not a lot. You got to keep in mind, Cloud is still alive in that time, so it's not that long. It's before Cloud goes in and becomes a grunt. So he's not infused with Mako and all that yet.
And he uses a gun instead of...
Oh yeah, because he's a grunt. He's a Shinra grunt, he's not actually a soldier at all.
What's still here? Hand it over. That thing? Your dark sword. Yeah. Oh, I got my second Scyther. Now I just need Chansey and Tauros. I'm still fucking here. I hate the Safari Zone. This area sucks.
Isn't that how you get Pikachu in Gen 3 is in the Safari Zone?
Probably? I wouldn't know. Yes, there's a stupid zone in, I think, in Gen 3. I thought it was Gen 4. I think Gen 4 also has one. But yeah, there is a weird thing. I'm not sure if Pikachu is located there. I wouldn't be surprised if he is. I don't know. I haven't played frickin' Fire Red, or I haven't played Ruby and Sapphire in forever. Much less Fire Red and Leaf Green.
I had the Game Boy cartridge, the one that goes in the bottom of your DS Lite, of Ruby.
Nice. Oh, you have the Game Boy Advance slot. Yeah. Biggest miss on the 3DS. No GBA slot.
But they have an online shop that you could have bought it from.
No GBA? No, you can't. Not on 3DS. That's DSi. 3DS does not have any Game Boy Advance games, to my knowledge. Only Game Boy Color. And, well, Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
On the remakes of Gen 3.
Well, yeah, but those are 3DS games, though. Those aren't Game Boy Advanced games, though. Horus, you mean? Yeah, they're 3DS, that's why. The only older Pokemon games I probably can't play is Leaf Green, Fire Red, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, because they aren't fucking digitally released on anything. Ugh! At least that I know of. I know the DSi, I think one of those later DSs can play Game Boy Advance games, but I don't have that. I'm not buying it just for some Pokemon games. I mean, I definitely would, but I don't want another DS I'm never gonna use. And then I wouldn't be able to record from it though either. It'd be a waste. I would have to go and buy a whole new 3DS and a capture device or a DS that can play that at a capture device. So yeah, I have no way of playing Game Boy Advance unless they release on Switch, which they have the emulator for. Fucking Nintendo, please! I would buy them again, but no, you don't wanna. Your biggest fucking franchise, and yet you're milking it in terms of side games. You don't want to milk your main line. Good job. And yet you want to continue releasing the same Pokemon garbage over the next couple years. I'd rather have Red, Blue, and Yellow again than fucking Sword, Shield, fucking Scarlet and Violet, and Pokemon Pussy and Pokemon Dick. Excuse me. Oh. I want a Dark Souls trivia game? Who's the first boss in Dark Souls 1?
Asylum.
Yup, correct. Maybe I'll make one.
naming off who's the boss may be too easy, but another one would be like armor. Like certain armor questions. That would be harder for me to answer. Like what monster drops this armor? Or whatever. Versus what's the final boss of this area or whatever. That's way too easy. Like what's the final boss of Stonefang Tunnel? Dragon God. What's the final boss of Dark Souls 1? Gwyn. Stuff like that. Like, that'd be too easy. At least for me. Now, I wouldn't be able to name off every boss, because it depends on how they answer. I can't be like, who's the second boss in Dark Souls? Because you can go multiple different ways. You could skip bosses. Like, Taurus Demon can be one, Capra Demon can be another. Like, you can skip around. You don't...
I could never get past the Taurus Demon. I tried doing your strategy, and I could never pull it off correctly.
Attack his dick and just go through his legs when he attacks? He does a big overhead. You just roll through his legs. When he does his side swings, you roll through it. Most of all his attacks you can iframe. I know it's harder, easier said than done, but like when he does this big overhead, go behind him. Roll between his legs behind him. If he does this swing,
Well,
roll
well,
into
so-
it. Yes.
So when Dark Souls 3 released, I was hanging out with my uncle. I saw he had it. I'm like, oh, I've seen ads for that. I'm like, I want to play that. And he's like, no, you don't.
No, you do. Yeah.
He's like, no, you fucking don't.
Dark Souls 3
You
is
fucking don't.
Dark Souls 3 is easily the best one too.
Well, because at the time I was like, still new to gaming.
Well, Dark Souls is not a franchise to just jump in.
But Dark Souls 3 was the first Dark Souls game I played.
Well, that's good though. It's not like Dark Souls has too much of a connection to each of the games that makes it need you. No, you don't have to play them, and you won't miss out because of Dark Souls' lore and story is so convolutedly hidden behind dialogue. So there's no way to really play one game or another out of order, because you could play them in any order and still get the same premise. They connect, yes. They all take place later on in the timelines, minus Demon Souls. That's the only one that doesn't connect, that and Bloodborne and Sekiro. But Dark Souls 1, 2, 3...
Elden Ring.
Yeah, Elden Ring, of course. Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 all connect. Demon Souls is part of the Souls games, but it's not the same as Dark Souls. It's a different story, timeline, everything. It's by itself, just like Elden Ring, Sekiro are by themselves.
So
And Bloodborne.
is-
And
Oh,
Bloodborne is another one, and Armored Core also. I don't know if they all connect. Same thing with Kingsfield. I know they connect, but I'm not sure if they all connect generally into one big franchise. Because they all link in some regard. Mainly the fucking Moonlight Greatsword that's in every goddamn game. That or Seath the Scaleless. He's mentioned in multiple games. Seath is a character in the original Kingsfield. He's a character in Dark Souls. He's in... probably in Armored Core. If not, I would be damn surprised. At least the Moonlight Greatsword is in every damn game, though. And that's their main thing. Kind of like how Pokemon has the Pokeball and or Ash's hat. Or Pikachu. Dark Souls has the Moonlight Greatsword. Or From Software has the Moonlight Greatsword.
Remember that one South Park episode about World of Warcraft and the Sword of a Thousand Truths?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
developers, Blizzard, saw that episode and they actually added the sword to the fucking game.
That's awesome. I love when companies do that. Maybe I'll make one. Well, I'll be there to try it and fail it. Or you could probably be like, what game is this character in? Or where is this character located? That would be better than what boss is what.
So what's your character technically called in Dark Souls?
Well, Dark Souls 1, he's the Chosen Undead. And then Dark Souls 2,
Dark Souls 2 and 3, they name them something else. Because Dark Souls 3 is the Ashen one, Dark Souls 1 is the Chosen Undead, Dark Souls 2 is something else. Demon Souls is something else.
The Tarnished is.
Elden Ring, the Hunter is Bloodborne. Tarnished is Elden Ring. Demon Souls is basically the same thing as Dark Souls. Yeah, Bloodborne can be pretty empty in a lot of cases. Some areas like Bergenworth School, where you face Rom, are very small, very little limited. The Chalice dungeons are overdone and way too repeated. The layout is the same, even for the varying differences that each one has. And it's just not worth all that scaling to fight fucking Queen Yarnum. Is a trophy, by the way. But, like, half those bosses, yeah, a lot of them are unique and new and not in the main base story.
My old roommate Kenyon got me to Old Yarnum.
Old Yarnum, the area. Yeah, that area sucks. Where you face fucking the blood-starved bitch. Yeah, fuck that thing.
And the fucking ballistas. I mean the minigun guy.
Yep, fuck him and fuck the Bloodstarved Beast. Bloodstarved Beast is a joke, but fuck that area. Bloodstarved Beast is a damn joke. Put on fire, add anything to buff your damage, like a Beast Blood pellet, put on fire, and just go to town on his ass. He's dead in seconds.
You wanna know what other place can go fuck itself?
What?
Fucking forest.
Wait, Dark Souls 1? Or 2?
No, in Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne. Forests. Like,
There's a
yeah,
forest
the
area.
Forbidden Woods.
Yeah.
It's where you face the fucking shadows. Not a fan of that area either, because that area is mazy as fuck. Not really, but I get lost in it all the time. Demon Souls, you're just the slayer of demons. Something like that. You're an undead of some description. I just don't remember the title. Yeah, you got Chosen Undead, you got Ashen One, and I forgot what Dark Souls 2's is. Generally all the same, just different characters for each game. Both, all of which have the same goal in mind, and that's to try to stop the dark side. Which is what keeps them alive, or, well, permanently undead, rather. Meaning they can't die and actually move on, they keep coming back. You're there to end that cycle. By lighting the flame, technically speaking. Lighting the flame is what continues the age of the gods. Letting it die out is what ends that and continues at the age of man. Which is what actually happens. Dark Souls 1's canonical ending is the dark ending. Because that's what leads into Dark Souls 2. Bearer of the Curse, that's what it is. Or, well, that's what the level up chick calls you. You're a bearer of the dark sign. Technically every character is called the bearer of the curse in some regard, but yeah, I guess. I forgot what his actual title is. Because it's... Oh, you're right. Bearer of the Curse. Literally what it says. I mean, that is what Sean a lot calls you. But I didn't think that was the actual full title. Names like the Lone Wanderer, the Courier, Dark Souls 1, the Chosen Undead, but with Dark Souls... It's... Bearer of the Curse, I guess. That's not what people used to call it, to be fair. You see that the Bearer of the Curse uses the crown if Hylia passes. Yeah, well, okay. They never hollow, never succumb. That's a canon? I did not know that. Dark Souls 2's character apparently used the crowns of the DLC to end the curse. And surpass. That's interesting. I never knew that. See, Dark Souls doesn't tell you this stuff. You have to read it. Its lore is all hidden behind text. It's still story. It's not just background lore, it's actual story. It's just text. Hidden in text. Kind of like how horror games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, most of your shit's in paper, in text. They just have different means of... Because I've had people tell me that that's not story, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Games have different methods of teaching you story. Not every game has to just be like, this is what this is. This is 2 + 2, blah, blah, blah. No, not every game has to be that way. And I'm glad. I actually prefer Dark Souls' storytelling because it's not in my face. If I want to seek something out, I will look it online or read it. That's what made me love the lore even more. Because I wanted to fucking know. I want to know how this world fell. Even Irving agrees that he wants to play in a Dark Souls game before the world fell. You know, you get to see that happening. Maybe even cause it. Who knows? But I've always wanted to see what a World of Souls was like before it fell to its great calamities. Interesting, yeah, even if I've heard the lore in-game, I would have forgotten. Exactly, yeah, there's a lot of lore in-game that I've definitely forgotten over the years. And a lot of it's me just looking it online and watching people's videos of theories, and a lot of them connect and make sense. But yeah. Why wasn't Miyazaki in Dark Souls 2? It was largely busy with Artorias then Bloodborne. Well, okay, I didn't know Artorias the Abyss was still going on during the development of 2. I know that they worked on Bloodborne during that, which is why Dark Souls 2 was so goddamn different. But he still had the role of supervisor on 2. Well, I know he did. Of course he did. But he wasn't fully on that job. He still had development on it, but his work was divided. But he had someone else do Dark Souls 2. He wanted to see what someone else would do with the series and not stifle with their creativity. Exactly.
And they fucked it up.
That's good. They just made things bad. Soul memory and all that. And they added in the password system, sort of. It's a ring with god names. So they sort of started to go up the good route. Dark Souls 2 is an example of a game where it's too long. In a bad sense. Dark Souls 3 is a good length, and it doesn't die. Dark Souls 2 kind of starts to fall off towards mid-end game, and then DLCs are okay. They're nothing spectacular. Dark Souls 3's worst DLC, the Ashes of Ariandel, easily outperform all of Dark Souls 2's DLC by a long mile, and that is easily one of my least favorite DLCs. However, fucking the boss of the Ashes of Ariandel's DLC, fucking Ariandel herself, I love her fight. She is too fast to be a Dark Souls villain. She should be in Bloodborne, but I love her. Fucking chick with scythe. So fucking cool. I know there is. I've never got that dialogue, though. That's why I never knew about the crown dialogue, because I did it in Dark Souls 2's live stream the last time I played it. He never gave me any dialogue. So I never knew about that. I just never did it after that. The only thing I know it does is you get a permanent crown that makes it so you don't hollow, which means you can die over and over and over again and your health will never decrease. I knew that. I just didn't know that was a canon story thing. I do know that Gwyn is the massive cause of a lot of this because it was linking to the fire, caused a lot of this at the end to fall. Which is why a lot of people consider Gwyn to be the main true villain of the whole franchise, because he's the one that kept everything in motion. The ringing in the Age of Gods is bad. You want... Dark Souls' actual endings are the darker ending, where you sacrifice the light. Because the curse is them, the gods, lighting the flames is technically you keeping the curse alive. So that's why it's bad. But King Vendrick is not any better. Honestly, he did the same thing. But failed. And his fucking wife, who's made from Manus, all she wanted was power. I don't know how you fucking marry a being of darkness, but okay. Whatever floats your boat there, Vendrick. The Chandra is fucking disgusting. Fuck Dark Souls 2, though. My playthrough with Irving on that one just dragged for far too long, and I don't think I've ever heard anyone hate Dark Souls 2 as much as him. Like, he doesn't even want to call that game good. I still can play that game. He probably will never touch that game ever again. And that's coming from someone who hates Scholar of the First Sin edition. I hate that version. hate it with a fucking passion. But yet it's the modern version. I can't play the other ones unless I play it on the 360 or PC. And even then, why would I want to go back and play an older version when there's an updated version? But I don't like the changes in it. Unnecessary amounts of character, enemies, and like black phantoms in places, and it's just why did you add all this shit? Can I just get a fucking Chansey and Tauros, please? Can I just get out of here? Like, at least let me get Tauros. I can figure out if Chansey is catchable in Mewtwo's Cave in Red and Blue. I think he is. I'm just not sure if it's a yellow thing or if he is there in all three versions. I do know Chansey does appear in Cerulean Cave. I just rather get him here. I have my Scythers. I'm gonna save though. That's actually a good idea. I have my Scythers, so I can get me Pinsir eventually whenever I play blue. Ooh. So I'm good on that. However, I need to do that again for blue now. That means I have to capture Pinsir twice. Ugh. How many times I've beaten Pokemon 100%? Many. Too many. I literally deleted this file that had 151 Pokemon on it. I mean, I already have Mew. I already have Mew thanks to the Mew glitch. I don't really like to call it a glitch, but it is. Meaning it's not faked. Like, I didn't cheat to really get it, as in, like, Game Shark, Action Replay. I used a bug that's built in, which is why I try to consider it more legit. However, it cannot go through Pokebank. You would have to do other methods to get them to go through Pokebank. Other than that, the Pokemon is completely legitimate otherwise. Just because it's a glitch, it's built in. Makes it legit. You're breaking code in a game. That to me is not cheating. It's a glitch, yes, but that to me is not cheating. Yeah, it's because you're not using any outside devices. People do that all the time in games. I mean, yeah, you can easily duplicate items in this. I'm not doing that, but still, there's two glitches that you need to do to activate certain things that were cut out. Well, Mew is in the game, but there's also a battle with Professor Oak that was cut from this game's content that is still in the game. They took it out to where it's not accessible. They took out the trigger, but Oak's files are still in the game, so you have to glitch to get it. Like, Mew, or every mythical Pokemon, is programmed in these games, but will only show up through events. But yeah. But yeah, no. Dark Souls 3 is easily my favorite of the Dark Souls games. My favorite of them all is Bloodborne. I just think Dark Souls 3 is a perfect length, where it's a good game, it's bigger, but it doesn't die out. Certain areas are pretty meh, but fantastic all the way through. I'm not a fan of a lot of like the Catacomb or any the fire area. I'm not a fan of those. But still, caves and games are not my thing either. Still beats Dark Souls 1's bullshit. I mean, there's an area full of fucking ghosts you can't even attack unless you have a fucking cursed weapon or a cursed hand item.